3 million.
I can retire. I mean, we have children that have all that. They can keep us under the chair to the over the wall. He's good.
It's a good part. Sir, how are you?
Requested a nameplate for you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. People who knows who this man is, I don't think they do.
That's what I need to.
Check, check, check. Check, check.
Thought we were early.
Good evening. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Calabrese,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Rafosco,
Present.
Councilman Waldron,
Present.
Councilman Cartwright,
Present.
Councilman Carestas.
Present.
May I get a motion for item number 3, approval of the minutes?
Mayor,
Yes, Deputy Mayor.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes January 26, 2026.
Thank you. May I get a second?
Seconded.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Rafosco,
Yes.
Councilman Waldron,
Yes.
Councilman Cartwright,
Yes.
Councilman Carestas,
Yes.
Mayor Calabrese.
Yes. May I get a motion for item number 4?
Mayor,
Yes, Councilman.
I'd like to make a motion to approve item 4, approving the February expenditures and reports totaling $2,938,342.07.
Thank you. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comment from the public? Any comment from council? Roll call, please.
Councilman Waldron,
Yes.
Councilman Cartwright,
Yes.
Councilman Carestas,
Yes.
Mayor Calabrese,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Rafosco.
Yes.
Expenses approved.
Thank you. It is with great excitement and complete gratitude that we move to item number 5, the presentation of the grants. I see Representative McAndrew is here.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So I'm here today because we're able to bring back some big news from Harrisburg. Senator Costa and I worked closely together to make sure that we were able to come together to really make a difference for the community. This is my 3rd year in office, and going into the first couple of years, we've been around the block a couple of times. And what we've heard time and time again is that we want to make sure that we're investing in our roads and in our infrastructure and in our sidewalks specifically. There's a lot of instances where people come to my office and they're like, man, I really need my road paved. And it is not my road, and it's not a state road that we are able to do. And so we've always really appreciated our relationship with our municipality to come together to see how we can make our roads better more efficient. Our sidewalks, connect and really be a resource for people directly. And so we're really encouraged today to see this funding come through. Out of the $47 million that were awarded from PennDOT in the last round of funding, this was the number one total grant in the entire state, $3 million. Now, there was another one tied out east, but I'm taking credit. This is the top grant getter in the West and for the entire state as a whole. But overall, what this grant money will be used for is really to be in a place where we are investing. We see a lot of roads in this community that are desired to be worked on. We have a public works department that goes out and they put it all on the line constantly. I mean, we saw it this winter, week over week, whenever we saw them out plowing our roads, making sure that we had clear spaces, especially during this winter when we saw, records amount of snow at some points. We know that they want to continue to invest and that the budgets can be limited. And so whenever we turn around and we look at this community and we see, a community with so many miles and miles of road, to come back with a $3 million grant is something that I think is really going to help, continue that journey and path and guide, the finances that we need to make sure that Penn Hills is, a thriving, vibrant community. Particularly, I think if you saw earlier this year, you might have noticed that I'm pretty particular about roads. You don't pave a full road, I might end up standing in a construction site, shutting you down to make sure that you're coming to completion, right? We got a couple of those done. So, I mean, we really saw some accomplishment with just a couple of grants, right? We saw that $250,000 for East Hills Drive, which was a road that was neglected for 30 years. And then out of that, we saw Verona Boulevard paved, which is in the city, but we dang well made sure that that road got paved to the Penn Hills border for our residents to make sure that they had a safe and equitable place to live and drive and feel like they're a part of the community and they have respect in the community that they're driving in. So, as this grant money comes in today, Scott, please come up here. I want to make sure that everybody knows that we are in a place where we are going to make sure that these roads are taken care of, they're taken care of right. So if we were going to do that with one road, you should see what we're going to do with $3 million in roads. So, Scott, I'm going to present this check if anybody else wants to come down. And we're going to present this check to you. So thank you, everybody. All right. So that being said, I just want to note that Senator Costa was planning on coming today. Last minute, he had to change of plans. He was going to run late. This was kind of one of the first things on the agenda, so you might see him pop in. But if not, we're very grateful for the work of Senator Costa as well. Really, he helped truly put this together with me. Thank you.
Representative McAndrew, thank you so very, very much. We've been trying to, for years, we're working on our infrastructure. Rhode Island Road is our primary entrance into Penn Hills from the Turnpike and then to the Parkway. And so we are so grateful to you. We thank you so very much for bringing these funds to us. As you know, we've been working on the entrance with our Shade Tree Commission, with our lighting. We've improved our lighting, and now you've just put the icing on the cake, so to speak. And one final thing I have to say, when I go to the grocery store and I say to the cashier, every time I see you, you're like my kids, you want money. I feel like we're your kids because every time we see we're asking for money and you come through. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you. And I very much look forward to working with the acting manager to make sure everything's a success. Thank you.
May I get a motion for item number 6, please?
Mayor,
Yes, Councilman.
I make a motion we approve item 6A, Resolution 2026-3, approving the minimum municipal obligation for police and non-police pension funds for 2026.
Thank you. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comment from the public? Any comment from council? Roll call, please.
Councilman Cartwright?
Yes.
Councilman Carestas?
Yes.
Mayor Calabrese?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Rafosco?
Yes.
Councilman Waldron?
Yes.
Resolution approved.
Thank you. May I get a motion for item 6B?
Mayor,
Yes, Councilman.
I'd like to make a motion for Resolution 6B, Resolution 2026-4, designating the signers for the statewide local share account grant documents for improvements at Crescent Hills Park.
Thank you. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comment from the public?
Felix Catlin, 223 Detour Drive. I am been pretty aware of this grant for a while, as I have so many friends in Crescent Hills, and I actually use the park quite a bit. I would just like you to elucidate a little bit on the language of the resolution. It seems a little opaque. Thank you.
Any further comment from the public? Any comment from council? Well, I have to say that I live in Crescent Hills, so I'm especially grateful for this grant. And as I sit here, I see Andrea Getzi and Jan Kuchka, and they're very, very, and if I miss, and our president of the Civic Association, and they have long been part of this community. In fact, one of the reasons I moved into Penn Hills, and specifically Crescent Hills, is because I saw the care that was taken in that neighborhood. People don't realize how huge Penn Hills is and that we have close to 30 neighborhoods. Crescent Hills is just one of those neighborhoods, but I think it's in a leadership role so that other neighborhoods can take a look at what's being done here by pioneers like Andrea and Jan, and we see the torches being passed. So thank you so very, very much, and we're so grateful for this, for the work that you've done and the effort that you've put in, and for having this grant. This is just one of the things that makes Penn Hills great. Again, thank you so much. Roll call, please.
Councilman Carestas?
Yes.
Mayor Calabrese?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Rafosco?
Yes.
Councilman Waldron?
Yes.
Councilman Cartwright?
Yes.
Resolution approved.
Thank you. May I get a motion for item 6C?
Mayor,
Yes, Council.
I'd like to make a motion to approve item 6C, Resolution 2026-5, awarding a contract to TSB Incorporated, doing business as Schultes Electric for the Penn Hills the Penn Hills Multipurpose Center electrical upgrades project in the total amount of $34,000.
Thank you. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comment from the public? Any comment from council? Just briefly, I'd like to say that the Multipurpose Center is one of the many centers that we have in Penn Hills. People don't realize that we've got senior centers, multipurpose centers, playgrounds, neighborhood playgrounds, parks, and we are really keeping things up. And so I'm very proud. This is another thing that makes Penn Hills a really great place to live. So I'm very happy that we're moving in this direction. Roll call, please.
Mayor Calabrese?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Rafosco?
Yes.
Councilman Waldron?
Yes.
Councilman Cartwright?
Yes.
Councilman Carestas?
Yes.
Resolution approved.
Thank you. May I get a motion for item number 7A?
Mayor,
Yes, Councilman.
I make a motion to ratify the contract for Police Chief Jason Bones.
Thank you. Any comment from the public? Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. I was just pointing out, I'm just so excited to move along here. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comment from the public?
Yes, thank you. Becky Finoletto, that's F as in Frank, ENOGLIE, TTO, 232 McAllister Drive. Mayor, council, everyone here. I am the chair of the Personnel Committee here in Penn Hills. And I want to, first off, I want to thank the mayor for appointing me. This has been one of the most educational experiences I've had in 29 years of practicing law, the ability to work with law enforcement here in Penn Hills and learn more about how it all works, and just be even a tiny part of that is huge. And I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank Solicitor Alexander and Councilman Waldron for keeping their ears open to whatever it was I had to say, for answering questions in a very timely manner, and getting me any information I wanted. I have appreciated the three of you more than you will ever know. So having said that, as you all know, we are governed here in Penn Hills by three documents: the Home Rule Charter, the Administrative Code, and the Police Personnel Board Rules and Regulations that were amended and adopted by you all, I think it was last August. So our board has been asked to revise the qualifications for chief. As they stand, you know, one of the conditions is that a candidate for police chief must have supervisory experience. And when we met as a group two Fridays ago, you know, it was explained that this requirement is narrow. It narrows the field and it leaves out some people who are good quality candidates. And we thought that sounded like a good idea, but you know, we wanted some time to talk about it. We were entitled to an attorney, so we tabled that. So again, this request was given to us earlier in the month, and again, we met on February 6th. We asked for a fee agreement so that we could get a solicitor on board, have a meeting, get this all taken care of, and we still need that fee agreement for a solicitor to be signed. In both the charter and our board rules and regulations, we're entitled to a neutral solicitor for complex cases. This is found in Rule 2.8 of the board rules and regulations and Article XVI, Section 8. This is not discretionary, it is a shall have. And you know, when we're talking about these rules, paragraphs 2.10, rules and regulations of the Personnel Board, puts the responsibility of revising the qualifications squarely on the Personnel Board. We wanted that to happen so desperately, but we asked for a little bit of time to consult an attorney. Had we been asked to do this back in August or September, October, whatever, we could have gotten this done. And I'm not, please understand, I'm not casting blame on anyone here. No one here does this full time, not the mayor, not the council, certainly not me. But I don't want the public to walk away thinking the Personnel Committee didn't do our job either. We are a board made up of 2 practicing attorneys and a retired police officer. Council, mayor, we take our responsibilities very seriously, and we are committed to doing our due diligence. The other reason we need an independent attorney is because there are 2 complaints that the Personnel Board is tasked with hearing. And for that, I'm going to refer you to the Home Rule Charter, Article XVI, Section 10. And when looking at these complaints, there may be an argument about standing for either or both of these, and they may or may not be valid. However, these complainants get a chance to argue that in front of us. We don't get to dismiss it at this level. They get a chance to be heard. So, again, this committee is dedicated to doing the best job we can do, and that means doing what we are tasked to do. We don't want to stall anything or cause problems or do anything except our due diligence, and thus I'm asking that this fee agreement that I brought with me tonight, I'm asking if I may approach and get it signed. I'll get it to the attorney. We can have our meeting. We can be done.
Sure, we'll take a look at that after.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other comment from the public?
Thank you, Mayor. Greg Swatchik, 648 Gramick Lane. I don't know this lady that spoke before me, but it seems to me she's making a very important, valid argument. All she's asking for, I think, if I'm reading it right, is more time to make sure that we're on a solid legal footing, not, wading out on the pond with ice cracking an inch thick. Let's go out on a 6-foot slab. That being said, I think that the chief is, at least in my encounters, I've lived in Penn Hills my entire life and been through a lot of managers and police chiefs, consuls, and whatnot. Shortly after he was acting, he responded in a way that Como, his predecessor, did not for us in our immediate neighborhood. He called me shortly after 7 a.m., and I picked up a letter that he wrote to Google to take care of the private nature that was being abused in our neighborhood. If that's an example of how he's going to follow through, I think could be one of the best, if not the best, police chief in Penn Hills. And I'd like to accommodate you, Mayor, or basically recognize you for the dovetailing that you're doing with the previous manager leaving and the controversy that may have existed with an acting police chief reporting to himself, acting as manager at the same time. I think you had a creative stopgap measure to, again, just stall the final placement and mechanics of seating people. I think you did a good job at that. And I've known Diane for the municipal manager sitting there for all time in Penn Hills. And I think that dovetails into appropriateness as well. So I'm not going to comment on the next item on the agenda. But I think you can use the same token that you did for adjusting things when it kind of came out of left field to accommodate this lady's wishes too and make sure, we're on solid ground. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, all. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. Rod Boutellette, Boutillette, 319 McFarlane. I have no objections to him being chief. What little I've seen, I like, but I do want to be sure that we're in compliance with our municipal documents, as she referenced to. And I was going to ask if we're in compliance with those. I don't think it is right to make an appointment and contract without being sure that we're 100% compliance.
Thank you. Any further public comment?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for allowing us the time to speak tonight. My name is Officer Chiramani. This is Officer Frederick, and that's Officer McNongna, just a few of the faces that you should be seeing out there, okay? Originally, we wrote this letter just for mail and council, but we feel that it's very important to read for the rest of you because it's how the majority of patrol feels. So I'm just going to read from this document that I wrote on behalf of my fellow officers. So to my fellow officers, council, and residents of Penn Hills. Today, I want to take a moment to speak from the heart about our chief, Jason Bonace. It is no secret that we are all committed to serving this community with integrity, dedication, and compassion. And I'm proud to say that the vast majority of us stand behind Chief Bonace and support his vision for our department and our town. When I first arrived at Penn Hills, I was struck by how Chief Bonace was the only senior officer who took the time to truly get to know all of us, especially the younger officers. He asked about our dreams, our aspirations, and what drove us to serve. His genuine interest in each of us made a lasting impression. It was clear from the start that he cared not just about maintaining order, but about building a department rooted in trust, respect, and camaraderie. I've had the privilege of working alongside Chief Bonace when he was K-9 in patrol, and I saw firsthand how he approaches every call. Whether it's talking to residents, offering words of reassurance, or simply being present in their times of need, Chief Bonace makes it clear that they are not alone. He demonstrates that he is their family, willing to do whatever it takes to help, to listen, and to serve with compassion. His actions speak louder than words, and they have earned him the respect and admiration of those he serves and works alongside with. What truly sets Chief Bonace apart is that he wears his heart on his sleeve. His genuine care and concern for each of us and for this community are evident every day. You can see in his actions, in his words, and in his unwavering commitment to making Penn Hills a better place. We can all feel confident knowing that he stands with Penn Hills and with us, ready to support, ready to lead, and ready to fight for what's right. Today, I want to invite all of you to show your support. Let's stand united in support of a leader who will make not only Penn Hills a better place, but will also strengthen our department from within. Chief Bonace's focus on morale, especially in our support of our new schedule, is a testament to his dedication to each of us. I'm confident that under his guidance, Penn Hills will continue to grow stronger, safer, and more compassionate. Thank you for your service, and thank you for standing with our chief. Thank you, guys.
Any further public comment? Any comment from council?
Mayor,
Yes, Councilman.
just wanted to clarify one point. I believe at the PAB meeting we had on the 7th, this council did approve the law firm request that they had in order for them to seek their own counsel. So I'm not sure what the holdup is there. I thought we approved it that day, but unless I misunderstood, they should be good to go.
Any further comment from council?
Mayor,
Yes, Councilman.
I'm not a solicitor. I'm a project manager. When I'm making decisions here, I rely on the advice of our solicitor, who tells me that this is proper. I know Jason Bonace to be a good man with integrity, and I want to vote for him today.
Any-
Mayor, may I comment on that?
Yes, please.
Excuse me. So there are two ways that a chief of police can get appointed. We are derived, the municipality of Penn Hills is derived from a first-class township. And we're governed under our home rule charter, but that flows down from the first-class township code as well. And the courts have ruled that the civil service provisions of the first-class township code, the borough code, the second-class township code, continue in existence even in a home rule charter situation. So under the first-class township code, a chief of police can either be sent to the Civil Service Commission, which is our personnel board in Penn Hills, for what's called a non-competitive examination. And if the Civil Service Commission determines the chief candidate to be qualified, then that chief can then be hired with civil service status attaching, which is basically a lifetime tenure position where that can only be terminated for cause. The other way that the township, first-class township code permits a chief of police to be hired is as an at-will or contracted provision. And then the governing body determines what the qualifications for that chief candidate is. Obviously, it has to be a sworn police officer. So this mayor and council has gone the at-will contract way of putting in a chief of police, which is 100% legal in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Now, our administrative code does need to be changed because it does say shall be sent to the Civil Service Commission, and Mayor and Council have prepared an ordinance to make that change. That's their call, and they are permitted to do that, and that change is also going to be made to remove that because it opens up the playing field, as the Personnel Board was the ones to say at our meeting. It's the best practices in today's world that you don't limit who you can put in. You expand it to get the best possible candidate. We've got the best possible candidate right now, our Chief of Police, Jason Bones. So he has been put in as under the at-will status with a contract, and the administrative code is getting changed to lawfully permit that. So I just wanted all of the residents of Penn Hills to know that. Thank you very much.
And any further comment from council?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes, Councilman.
We named Jason Bones our acting chief almost 7 months ago. And by all measures and accounts, he's been doing a fantastic job within the department and within the community. And at this point, I see no reason why we should hold this up any further. So I'll be voting yes for this.
You know, they say Superman doesn't exist, but I think they're wrong because we have him as our chief. And I don't know if there was a mix-up, but we were here on a Friday. We came before the Personnel Board. They asked for counsel. We verbally approved it. We actually had a meeting scheduled for Saturday. The attorney they chose apparently was not available. We thought perhaps that they would have been able to consult at that time. Some of you were actually here. Apparently that evening or the next day, I don't know what occurred, but we postponed. We actually did not go through with that meeting. I personally don't like the word qualified. I prefer the word eligible because the terms in there are really arbitrary. They're so restrictive and they're arbitrary. There's nothing magical about having been a police officer for 12 years or 20 years. But one of the things that we noticed was we would never, ever, under those rules, be able to have a chief in his 30s. And I don't know about you, but sometimes 30-year-olds can be pretty smart. Don't tell my kids I said that because they're not there yet, but when they get there, I don't ever want them to think they're smarter than I am. But that was one of the restrictions on there. It was an unintended consequence. Nobody ever saw that coming. So these are arbitrary, they were arbitrary considerations, and you know, Chief Bones has done things that, and incidentally, we've had 2 other chiefs, at least that I can recall. I'm not exactly, someone saying no. I'm thinking Chief Burton and Chief Como. Neither of those chiefs qualified under these. So as far as I know, nobody would qualify under these. So they're arbitrary considerations, and we essentially want to correct that. I'm so sorry, I lost my train of thought. Chief Bones is doing something that I didn't think could be done. He does a lot of things that I didn't think could be done, but one of the things is it's really nice to, sometimes I envy the city because their police officers get to walk the beat. And I grew up in the city, and so you would see a police officer walking down the street, and when we were small children, we could go up and see that he wasn't a scary guy. When we were teenagers, we would get to know the police officers, and I didn't think that could be done in Penn Hills. We are a suburb. We are not a walking community. We are the largest suburb in Allegheny County. Chief Bones is walking the beat. He figured out how to do it. He literally gets out there into the community, physically goes there, and he's doing something else right now. He's doing, I don't know what I'll call them, he's going online and he's introducing the officers to the community that way. He can't physically be out there. We're just too large and we're just not set up, but he's walking the beat virtually. So as I said when I began, who are you going to call? Superman? You sure can, because we have him right here. So when the vote comes up, I absolutely will be very pleased to vote yes for Chief Bones. Roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Rafosco,
Happily, yes.
Councilman Waldron,
Yes.
Councilman Cartwright,
Yes.
Councilman Carestas,
Yes.
Mayor Calabrese.
Yes.
Motion approved.
May I get a motion for item number 7B, please?
Mayor,
Yes, Deputy Mayor.
I'd like to make a motion to ratify the appointment of Diane G. Fitzhenry as acting municipal manager effective February 7th, 2026.
Thank you. May I get a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comment from the public? Any comment from council? I can tell you that we looked internally, and we have very, very wonderful candidates. You know, some of our directors are just really out of this world in terms of their qualifications, their competence, their dedication, and we don't often, the public often doesn't get to see that. I know that before I came into this role, I had no idea what a fabulous professional staff that we have. But we unanimously, as a council, agreed that Director Fitzhenry, now soon to be acting manager Fitzhenry, will absolutely hit it out of the park. Roll call, please.
Councilman Waldron,
Yes.
Councilman Cartwright,
Yes.
Councilman Carestas,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Rafosco,
Yes.
Mayor Calabrese.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of council, our state representative, and all of the residents that are here present this evening. I'd like to thank the mayor and council for their trust in me as I step into this temporary leadership role. I've been fortunate throughout my career to work with supportive management teams and dedicated elected officials, and I look forward to continuing that strong partnership. I'm truly honored and humbled by the opportunity to once again serve the residents of Penn Hills as the acting manager. As a lifelong resident and a long-term employee, my commitment has always been to act in the best interest of the taxpayers. I believe that my institutional knowledge, education, certification, and years of experience have prepared me well to help achieve the goals set by our elected officials and the community. Together, I'm confident that we can move forward in a positive direction for the benefits of our residents. I'd like to thank you for your continued support and confidence.
Mayor,
Yes, Solicitor.
before we head on to council comments, I did want to announce that we held 4 executive sessions within the last month. The first was on January 24, January 31st, February 7th, and February 12th, all to address personnel-related matters. Thank you.
Thank you. Many of you are familiar with our procedure here, but for those of you who are not, we have 2 council meetings. One is the voting meeting, which is a meeting tonight, and then we have what we call a non-voting meeting. Our non-voting meetings are informal. It's a back and forth. It's a time for dialogue, for conversation. When you come to our voting meetings, they seem very formal, and they are. And so we address each other as we do, and we follow the agenda very closely. At this point on the agenda, it is now time for council comments. And typically at this point, we each take a turn and we do, each gives a comment if they prefer. This evening, in lieu of having council comments, we have decided as a council on a unanimous statement, given what is happening locally and throughout the nationwide, on the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, we have unanimously agreed on a particular statement reflective of Penn Hills. Our responsibility as elected officials and local leaders is to protect the safety, trust, and constitutional rights of every resident in our community. Immigration enforcement is a federal responsibility. The Federal Immigration Program, which deputizes local officers to perform federal immigration functions, blurs the line between local policing and federal civil enforcement in ways that can damage community trust. When residents fear that a traffic stop or a call for help could lead to immigration consequences, they are less likely to report crimes, cooperate with investigations, or serve as witnesses. That makes all of us less safe. For these reasons, we as a municipality will not pursue a formal partnership with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Penn Hills Police will continue to enforce any criminal warrant legally issued by a judge, but our focus will remain on public safety priorities determined locally, reducing crime, improving quality of life, and building strong community relationships, not assuming federal immigration duties. We hope to see you at our next meeting. This meeting is adjourned.
Nice work, Ian. No, I appreciate it.